And good day. Today we're looking at a bit of mangled cardboard. Well, not really. We're looking at this. This was inside the box. Look at that. A Smooth Q 3-axis smartphone stabilizer. I'm really looking forward to this. This I think is going to be absolutely brilliant. At the moment I haven't opened it. As you can see, it's still completely sealed. So we'll get a knife and cut it open and see what's inside this little box. So one knife and see how we go at opening this thing. Yes, not very exciting opening boxes, is it? But anyway, let's see what we've got here. Oh, it's another box inside a box. Okay, pull that out. That goes aside. Anything on the back? A little bit of info on the back that you can see. Not a lot. I'll just move it aside there. So that's what the box looks like. And let's see what's inside here. This is the exciting bit. Okay, we have got some instructions. Actually quite a thick instruction book. And interestingly, all in English. The whole book is in English. Now that is a surprise. Very pleasant surprise actually. And what else have we got in here? Okay, we've got a strap, which is nice. I suppose that'll be a charger of some description, is it? How do we pull that out? It's a little USB charging device, cable, and this is the main thing that we're looking at in here. Oh, nice leather, not leather I should say, nice little case. It's quite nice. Okay, and it goes right round and see what we've got in here. And there it is. Look at that. Wow. Now isn't that impressive? Now I'll charge up the battery and we'll see what it can do. Now I've had time to have a look at the instruction manual. There's 26 pages of information in here and they are all relevant. So it is quite well written. Only I think there's one or two spelling errors or grammatical errors in there, not a lot. It was actually written very, very well. Now you will need to download this using the QR code that's here with your mobile phone, or you can just simply go to the Play Store and select or search for, I should say, the Smooth Q application. And once you've done that, install it onto your mobile phone, set up Bluetooth on it, and you're getting pretty close to good for go, as they say. And here's the gimbal itself. Now there's quite a lot to learn about it. In the little instruction book that comes with it, there's 26 pages of information. So that's quite a lot to read, and it's all very relevant. Anyway, what I've found by reading the instructions is we've got a little charging port down the bottom here. Now this one is quite good. What you do here, you plug in the little USB cable that comes with it. Oops, ran the wrong way. And the other end plugs into your phone. So that extends the life of your phone when you're recording. The gimbal itself will last 12 hours on a single charge, so that's pretty impressive. And by plugging this into your phone, you can actually use the power in the battery in here to keep your phone charged. So it means you'll be able to get longer recording time in it. That is a very handy thing. I'll pull that back out again. We've seen that little section. Close that over. Where are we? There we go. It's now shut. And on the other side here, we've got the little charging port. The exact same cable again. You just plug it in. Where is it? That way. There we go. And you plug that into just a standard USB port. You can use that on your computer or on any of the current power boards that have got the USB plug connected, which is pretty nifty. It's tight as heck to get out to, which is great. We have on the bottom of the gimbal a little extension on the bottom, so you can actually screw it onto a tripod if you like, or any device, like on the end of a, let's reach over there, on the end of a little selfie stick you've got the screw there, just mounts it in the bottom, and you can pop it above your head if you like. I don't know why you do it, but it's there if you need it. Now my phone is an Oppo. It's the F1 Selfie, so this is actually a bigger phone than is what is recommended for the actual gimbal itself. They claim a 6-inch diameter phone will fit. This is 6.6 and it fits. It's not a very heavy phone, but it'll fit the gimbal beautifully, and I'll put it in there and we'll turn it on and have a bit of a look at it. Now I've already got the app installed on my phone, which comes in here. I'll just very quickly fire it up for you to give you an idea of what it looks like. I've got Bluetooth already enabled, so I don't have to show you all that. I'm sure you know how to do it. You've got your device, you've got a library. Library is just basically any videos you've taken. You've got Light Elector, which is an interesting one. That shows you some other things that people have physically uploaded using the gimbal. You also have the option of uploading your own, so that's rather nice. And we'll just get out of there, and of course the other one over here is Me, and that's what it's called, Me. So that's the one there that you can actually set up the info and upload with. Now another thing you'll notice on the back here, you've got this little thing. Just unscrew it and you can change, oops, if I've got him down enough, you can change the orientation of the actual phone itself, so you can have it in landscape or in portrait mode, and then just simply lock it back in position. Now my phone is a fairly long one, so you've got an adjustment in here for weight, which is handy. You just loosen that up and you can move, get that out a bit, you can move the whole device in and out to select the correct counterweight for your phone, and that is very, very handy. I'll put my phone in there and we'll check it out in a second. Now I've just very roughly positioned my phone in there to give you an idea. You can see there's still a little bit of play in there, so I wouldn't get overly concerned whether your phone is just that little bit bigger like mine. Mine's, as I said, 6.6. Now one thing you may or may not have noticed is when I've got my phone physically sitting in the gimbal itself, I can only put it in that way because of the location of the buttons. That means that down the bottom here, my little charging port basically becomes null and void when you're sitting in this position. So if I want to use the charger, I have to orientate this. I got to turn him around that way so that my phone hangs down, and then I can put the charger underneath the actual cable itself and run it that way. But I personally don't like running portrait mode for videos. I much prefer landscape mode, so I won't be using that. You can get a L-shape charger which comes out and drops straight down. I think that might be an option if you're going to sort of try and use this as a charging device in landscape mode. I don't have that particular charger. I've only got the standard one, which is this. Whether it's worth getting the other one or not, yeah, I really don't think so. I'm not going to bother, but you never know. Maybe down the track I might. Now I've got my camera sitting in there, and as you can see, it's very badly weighted at the moment. So we slide the weight over a little bit, the camera over a fraction, and oops, it's a bit hard, I haven't got much room here. Bring him back again, and you just simply slide it in and out until you get a reasonable balance on the camera. That's nearly there. Yeah, that's about it. So maybe back just a fraction. I've gone too far. bit more, and that's it. Once you get the balance about right, you then tighten up the little thumb screw on the back here to make certain that it's locked in place. Now this is without any power turned on, and as you can see the camera, or the phone I should say, is balancing quite nicely. And that's what you want. You don't want to put a lot of strain on the actual gimbal itself. Okay, I've got the camera sitting on the gimbal, as you already know. It's balanced. We'll turn on, got to hold down the button here for 3 seconds and then it'll initialize. And there we go. So it's sitting in there nicely, as you can see. Doesn't matter how I move it, holds position beautifully. Now the controller is pretty impressive. I'll just turn on the, there we go, and we just touch the connect and it'll search, and you can see there that's the one we want, which is, and there we are, we're in. There's nothing much to look at, is there? And you can see the delay on the actual phone itself. When the gimbal is first turned on, it is basically in pan follow mode, which is what you can see here. As I rotate my hand, it will swing around with you. If you press the button once, it then is in locked mode, so I can rotate the handle, but the actual phone itself will orientate forward only. By tapping it 3 times, twice I should say, it should now be in, again, follow me mode. Rather handy, isn't it? And I'm trying to hold the camera so you can actually see what's happening. The little slider here on the top, you can switch between camera and movie camera. So still camera is that one. Press the little red button and it takes a photo. Slide it down, press the little red button again, and you're actually doing a video recording. Press it again and we're off. I've actually turned the whole thing off, but I've still got the recording going. That is not what was meant to have happened. It's I held the button down too long. If you just touch it, it'll actually stop the recording for you, which again is a really handy feature. And I've just got the camera back again. Now if you press the mode button 3 times fairly fast, it'll turn around and it'll do a selfie mode, which is rather nice. Pressing 3 times again and it turns around. Now the joystick, you can actually control the motion where you want your camera, and it'll lock in that position for you. It's pretty impressive. I must admit I do like it. It's hard to sort of show all the features in here, so I'm going to take it outside later, and I'll do a part 2 of this video showing you the full demonstration as to what this thing is capable of. Personally, I'm amazed. I really am. I might just add a little short clip that I did at Christmas. And we'll hold the camera here, and I've got it up the top here selecting photo mode. We just press the little red button once and we take a photo. We slide it back down. We're in video mode. Touch the button very quickly, we're recording. Touch the button again very quickly and it turns off. So all your controls are just here. So it saves you having to handle your camera, or mobile phone I should say, and press the little buttons on there. It's all controlled via the little remote control section here. It's pretty impressive actually. I'm trying to position the camera. That might do, and by holding the little slider, holding the slider down, as you can see we're zooming. Maybe you can't see. Oh, there we go. I'll try again. So you can sort of see we're zooming in and out just by using the little slider. So you've got control over that as well with your camera. That's pretty impressive. Okay, Now, by holding up the button, I'll see if I can bring this in a bit closer, hold it up for a couple of seconds and you can see we switch cameras, so that's pretty handy to do as well. And we hold it down again a couple of seconds. Actually press up, sorry, I'll tell a lie, it's the wrong way. By holding it upwards, it actually switches between cameras, which is really nifty. I quite like that idea. Still coming to grips obviously with what the camera can and can't do, so it's going to take a while to sort of get used to it. There we go, taking a photo. Let me back again. Take a photo again. It's a bit of fun. And by holding the little slider down, just touching it down a couple of seconds, you notice that we go from movie mode back to sort of camera mode, back to movie mode, again just by holding that little slider down. That's quite impressive. And then obviously you just press the little button to start the recording again. So you've got all these features hidden on this little controller here. It is amazing what this thing can do. Obviously this isn't going to do it justice inside the house. I'm just running through the features that it's got, and once I finish the features I'll do a part 2 of this. I'll go outside and I'll do a proper recording to give you an idea of what the capabilities of this thing is really like. It's an amazing little piece of equipment. Now, one other thing that's rather handy with this little gimbal, you can put a GoPro size camera in there quite easily as well. Now at the moment you're looking thinking, oh, it's a fair bit of movement in there. There are adapters you can actually buy to actually take up the gap, or you can simply do what I'm about to do, which is just grab a bit of paper or anything that'll fit in there. I've just grabbed a bit of A4 and just folded it up. And obviously we've got to get the balance right, otherwise we're wasting our time. So let's see if we can get that right. Camera's got to go over a bit further. Because again, you do not want to put too much pressure on your gimbal. And there we go. That's about right, so we'll fire it up and see how she goes. And there you go, little mini camera, little GoPro, working perfect, same sort of scenario. So I mean, you really can't fault this thing. Press 3 buttons in quick succession, turn it around and away you go. So you've got yourself a little GoPro gimbal, all at the same price as a standard mobile phone gimbal. I mean, this is a brilliant unit, it really is. I'm wrapped. And to conclude this video on the Zhiyun, I believe that's how it's pronounced, Smooth Q, I nearly forgot to mention the little flashing lights that you get there. If you want to know what battery level you're at, 4 flashing lights represent between 76 and 100%, 3 lights in quick succession between 51 to 75%, 2 lights in quick succession 26 to 50, and if you only get 1, that means you're pretty flat, you're between 1 and 25%. That's basically it for this. There will be a part 2. Thanks for watching.